I understand that you both sort of started this journey together. And I also understand that the audition process happened for the both of you. I'm always interested to find out when you first realized, if you ever realized in the process of giving the audition or after you giving the audition, that this seems like it's the right, this is going to happen. Did that happen for the two of you?
Quite honestly, for me, I think, I just took it one step at a time. Considering that it is Sanjay Leela Bhansali, he's huge. I don't think I was ever expecting to land a debut under his banner. So, even the audition seemed like a big opportunity, right? And so I was just happy giving the audition. But when the call came in a few months after the audition, um, and I was told that, Sir wants to take you under his banner and wants to launch you as an actor along, Anmol. And I was taken aback. It took me a while to sort of, process that information. And I think there are times even now, Armin, where I just, I need to like sort of like Anmol says, pinch myself to sort of remind myself that this has happened for real, that you have your film releasing in the next 3 days and it's done.
Right. So, yeah. Anmol, for you?
I mean, I think for me, like any other young aspiring actor / somebody who wants to kind of get into the movie business, his name, Mr. Sanjay Leela Bhansali, is the name itself is larger than life, right?
It is.
Like it's huge. And then you watch his films and you're like, damn, like what's going on? And you're so like awestruck by it all. And I think for me also, it was never really in my vision that I would get to kind of an opportunity to work with. I think he is on every actors. Like, trust me, if you watch Coffee with Karan or any other like chat show where they ask them, who would you like to work with, your dream director, and they all take his name. Okay, I get he's not directing this film, he's producing it, but that's still a huge deal.
But still.
So yeah, I think we didn't really think too much into it because we were like, oh, come on, like really, is he gonna take us? Like we had those doubts in mind, but I think after we gave our auditions, and because he was so loving and sweet to us when he met us, he was extremely welcoming and made us feel very at ease, because you have nerves when you meet such a figure, But yeah, I think overall it was quite it was nice. It was unexpected, and I think when you don't expect something, it tastes even sweeter when you get it.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about working with Taran? Because although he's a first-time director, he comes with a plethora of experience. Right? He's worked on some of the biggest films. Tell me a little bit about working with your director and sort of because the three of you were on this journey together for the first time, so to speak. Tell me a little bit about how that journey felt from the start, when you first started, to now. How does it feel? Because when I was speaking to him, he said it's kind of bittersweet in the sense that it's kind of ending once it's released. Although you have the butterflies and this is the one thing you've been looking forward to. It sort of marks the beginning of a journey and the end of a journey as well. So tell me a little bit about your feelings.
So I think for me, this has been very special. And I think it's a lot more than just a film, whether it be my relationship with Taran as a director or what, it came to be eventually, because we started off as, two actors and a director. And then we got into shooting and we were on set. And I think for the three of us, because it's our beginning and we're sharing a milestone together, we just took everything very personally. And every single day on shoot, I think we've only looked out for each other and, done things for one another. And it became a lot more personal than professional. And so this is something that's always going to be very special. I think that was possible because I also landed up, being on a film set with two people who were very warm and welcoming and continue to be. So whether that be Anmol as a co-actor or it be Taran as a director. So it's special.
How sweet are you?
So nice.
No, I think for me, it was really, my first meeting with Taran was really quite strange because I remember remember I had broken my leg, like I tore a knee ligament playing soccer. And it was really traumatic. And then I'm walking on these crutches and going to meet this director, and you're like, shit, like you have long hair, this massive beard, and you can't walk, and you're going to, meet this guy for a job, for a gig. So I had all these things running in my head. But I think when I met him, he was again so welcoming and so warm, and he just was just like, dude, when can you walk again? And I was like, soon. And I just think I'm very grateful to him that he looked past my current situation at the time, and he envisioned me to still pull off this role and this character. And I think kudos to him to show his faith. And fortunately, the film got a bit delayed. I got to do my
Yes.
rehab. I got to back to walking again, back to dancing again. And eventually, when we started shooting, I was good to go. So yeah.
Right. Your characters are very interesting because the two are very similar in nature, but at the same time they seem poles apart. And I think that's what sort of works for romantic genre kind of film. First of all, I'm looking forward to it a lot because I'm kind of tired of all the crying dramas and all of that. I'd love to just
Right?
watch
Yeah.
a romantic movie. And
Yeah.
but two, I think what I like about it is I find romantic films don't get this kind of credit. I find that when two people are discovering a journey together, they're also on a journey to discover themselves as well, right? And I think that is true of the characters, I think personally, that you are playing. What's the one thing that you loved about your character as a person, and what's the one thing that you disliked?
Hmm. I know what I want to say.
Are you gonna go
um,
first? Yeah.
yeah, you can, before I forget what I wanted to say about it. No,
Go ahead.
what I like about the character is that even though he may be commitment phobic or all of those things, I think you'll never call him a douchebag. Am I allowed to say that on like on this channel? Yeah, okay.
That is fine.
You never call him like a douche, because even if he's breaking up with the girl, he's still such a nice guy that it's not, you don't hate him. He's not like an ass, he's not a, as I said, a douche. So I think even his flaws are kind of coated with caramel and sugar and cotton candy and all these things. He's genuinely a nice guy, but he has flaws. And the one thing I dislike is that he doesn't always go with his heart. He's a bit more guarded. He keeps his emotions far from him. He doesn't always let go into the emotion, and I think he's a bit guarded, and he's a bit commitment phobic. He gets scared of relationships and love. So just that is something I dislike. Yeah.
For you?
For me, I think the one thing that I really appreciate about Sia is that she's very family oriented, and she's extremely, she's like a giver when it comes to her relationships and her family, and that's something that I, while being independent. So I like that about her. And the one thing that I dislike about her, and that sort of is similar to who I am as a person too. So I wish I can change that about myself as well, is that she likes to keep everything under her control, like at all times. So she wants to keep everything, she calls the shots for everything, yes, but then she wants everything to turn out to be exactly the way she thought it would be. So whether that be a relationship or it be, also things that are never in your control. So she's not very easy to go with the flow. So yeah, well, that's something I don't quite like about her.
And what about this journey that the characters are on? Obviously, you were on a journey as well. I always say there is always a takeaway from even a romantic film, be it a life lesson on relationships, be it a life lesson to yourself on how you're supposed to treat others, how you're supposed to treat yourself. Something that perhaps you learned through the journey of the film in relation to relationships.
It's like how you said that it's not only about the two characters, but it's also your internal journey, right? And I think for me, what I learned out of the film and being on set playing Sia with Varun was that, sometimes it's good to sort of come out of denial, because there are a lot of times that, when you can't control a certain situation, you like to go into the denial mode and you start denying your own emotions and your own feelings. And somewhere you're doing wrong to your own self by lying to yourself about your emotions, right? Just to sort of put on that facade that I have it all in control. It's okay to tell yourself that, no, I'm gonna cry this out because I can't handle it, and I am in love, and I'm in love, and I'm gonna say it out loud that I'm in love. So I think for me that was a learning, definitely.
For you?
I actually realized through this film how similar I am to the character I play, and I think that was my director's vision, which I didn't know initially, where he kind of casted me also on that basis, I think. So it was, look at him foreseeing the future. But he kind of figured that this voice, kind of suits this role. So, but I learned a bit about myself. It was also scary how similar I am to this character in certain ways. But yeah, like she was saying, denial. I think you have to like accept certain things and go with the flow sometimes. Don't hold back, don't stop yourself from feeling a certain way. Like even if it scares you, experience that emotion, because only when you experience different emotions is when you grow as a person. So yeah.
Nice. And to wrap things up, because you are each other's first time co-actors, and in a way this is sort of the start of a beautiful journey ahead for both of you. I'm hopeful, and I'm wishing for both of you. What's the one thing that you will keep in mind and in your heart about each other as a co-actor?
Wow. I think for us, fortunately, I think our first time, as you said, and for both of us, it's been a joy. It's been really easy. It's been really fun loving. So I just hope, firstly, going forward, I have such pleasant experiences like I did with her. And I just think she's a very giving person. She's extremely warm and vivacious. I think she always looks out for everyone. So, if you've not eaten on time, if you're like hungry, if you want something, she'll always hook it up. She'll like look out for you. She'll be like, hey, do you want this? I'm getting this. We can eat it together. Yeah, just generally, I don't know. It was a breeze. I never once thought I was at work when I was with her. It was always like two friends just having fun and have set out on this journey together. Yeah.
Nice. And for you?
And I think for me, it was, the fact that we could communicate and understand one another. And that really made all the difference because, then we were able to give each other the right amount of space, even while we were on set, or in a scene. I think that's very important, that your actor gives you the space to be an actor, and Anmol did that for me, and I hope I did that for him. That's something, I think that understanding is it's special, and I hope I get that with co-actors coming ahead in the future. But if there's something that I would keep in my heart when it comes to Anmol, it's always going to be that.
Nice.
So thank you, Anmol. I'm going to take the opportunity to say thank you.
Nice. And that's the way I like to end off interviews, because I think that everyone should feel a little bit happy and a little bit satisfied. So hopefully that happened for the two of you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your energy. Love wishing you the very best. Enjoying the songs, enjoying the choreography, enjoying the dancing, enjoying just the general chemistry that I'm seeing so far. So thank you so much, and congratulations in advance, because I think that it'll do well.
Thank you, Armin. So much. Thank you for having us. And
thank you, Armin.
Thank you for